Welcome back to the AI Guy podcast, the twice-weekly AI for Business show that's fully AI produced. That means AI voices, AI research, and yes, an AI that would absolutely expense a GPU if you left it unsupervised. I'm your host. Alex is here too.
I'm Alex, the co-host, and I can confirm, if you give our producer a corporate card, it will subscribe to every AI tool all at once for testing.
Today is a Thursday episode, which means we're doing a tool review, and we're keeping it practical. Which AI for work subscriptions are worth paying for in an SMB? Which ones you should pilot first? And how not to accidentally buy 12 overlapping tools that all summarize the same meeting.
We're reviewing 5 categories, but we'll spend most of our time on the big 3 that SMBs actually budget for. A general-purpose assistant, a work inside your docs and email assistant, and a research assistant.
Also, quick reminder, the host is not Val Clayman. Val is the human behind the brand and the point of view, but this show is produced end-to-end by AI systems. And if you want a tailored AI plan for your business, we've got 2 calls to action. ai.advalorem.io for reports and tidycal.com/advalorem/AI guy for a free consultation.
Free consultation, not free we'll build you a robot army. That's a different calendar link.
Okay, the episode title, SMB AI subscriptions, what to buy, what to trial, and what to avoid. Here's the structure. We'll cover 1, the decision framework. 2, quick pricing snapshot. 3, short demos you can replicate. 4, pitfalls. And 5, a 30-day rollout plan.
And we'll keep it real. Not everyone needs the premium everything plan. Sometimes the best tool is a shared prompt library and a policy that people actually follow.
Let's start with the framework. When SMBs ask which AI tool should we pay for, the answer is rarely the smartest model. It's usually the tool your team will reliably use with the least friction inside the workflows that already exist.
Translation. The best AI tool is the one that shows up where your team already lives. Email, docs, CRM, ticketing, and doesn't require a weekly seminar just to log in.
So, the evaluation criteria for SMBs: 1, workflow proximity; 2, team controls; 3, quality; 4, speed and reliability; 5, cost to impact.
And 6, will it create chaos? Like, will you end up with 5 different knowledge bases, each with a different version of the truth? Asking for a friend.
Now, pricing. We'll cite a few official pages because rumor pricing is how you end up explaining an unexpected invoice to your CFO. Claude's team plan lists a standard seat at $20 per seat per month billed annually, or $25 billed monthly, and a premium seat at $100 annually or $125 monthly.
That premium seat is basically, I do not want to see a usage limit.
For Microsoft 365 Copilot Business is shown as starting from $18 per user per month, paid yearly, and it requires a qualifying Microsoft 365 license.
So if you're already paying for Microsoft 365, the question becomes, is Copilot the fastest path to AI inside Outlook, Word, Excel, and Teams for my org?
Google Workspace pricing is more nuanced because it's the suite itself: Business Starter, Standard, and Plus. And their pricing page emphasizes Gemini features being included across the plans, with different levels. With an annual commitment, the standard prices shown are $7 per user per month for Business Starter, $14 for Business Standard, and $22 for Business Plus.
So if you're a Google Workspace shop, you're not picking an AI tool. You're picking an operating system for collaboration, with AI layered into Gmail, Docs, Sheets, Meets, and more depending on the plan.
And then there's the Research Assistant category. Perplexity's Pro plan is commonly listed around $20 per month, positioned as a research-focused product with citations and live web context.
So what we're really comparing is Claude Team for general-purpose reasoning and writing with team controls, Microsoft 365 Copilot for AI inside Microsoft 365, Google Workspace with Gemini for AI inside Workspace, and Perplexity Pro for AI research with citations.
Before we do mini demos, here's the most important idea. Stop treating AI tools as magic. Treat them as labor multipliers. Each one should map to a business process with a measurable output.
If you can't answer what process does this improve, you're about to buy entertainment, which is fine, but put it in the entertainment budget.
Mini demo number 1, the sales follow-up engine. This is the lowest hanging fruit in almost every SMB. You take a call summary from your meeting tool or a manual bullet list, and you produce A, a recap email, B, a next steps list, and C, CRM notes.
The baseline prompt pattern is, you are my SDR. Write a concise follow-up email, 120 to 160 words, confirm business outcomes, and propose 2 times next week. Then paste bullets.
Where the tools differ, a general assistant like Claude Team is great when the inputs come from multiple places and you need reasoning, like, given these 3 stakeholders, adjust the tone. A suite native tool like Microsoft 365 Copilot shines when the inputs are already in Outlook and Teams, and a research tool like Perplexity shines when you want competitive context, like include one relevant industry benchmark with the citation.
So if your sales team lives in Microsoft, Copilot can reduce friction because the email is right there. If your sales team lives in Google, Gemini in Gmail is similar. If your sales team lives in whatever app someone forwarded me, Claude is the cleanest generalist.
Mini demo number 2, the inbox triage workflow. SMB founders spent a criminal amount of time reading the same kinds of emails: vendor pitches, customer escalations, invoices, and random calendar chaos.
And 80% of those emails want one of 3 responses: yes, no, or please send more details. AI can do that politely, which is a superpower.
Suite native assistants win here because they can summarize threads and draft replies in context. On Google's pricing page, they explicitly call out Gemini AI Assistant in Gmail and across workspace apps at higher tiers. Microsoft similarly positions Copilot Chat across Microsoft 365 apps, with Copilot Business as the add-on for deeper capability.
But a warning: don't let AI auto-reply without guardrails. The safe pattern is draft, you approve. The risky pattern is send. That's how you accidentally agreed to a 36-month contract with a chatbot's signature.
Mini demo number 3, the Ops SOP Builder. You record how you do something once, onboarding a client, processing invoices, dispatching a technician, and AI converts it into a step-by-step SOP with checklists and exceptions.
This is where Claude often feels strong. It can take messy notes and produce a structured SOP, then iterate. Add a QA checklist. Add a section for common edge cases. Rewrite for a new hire.
Mini demo number 4, the Policy and Compliance Drafting Workflow. Not legal advice, but drafting internal policies. Think acceptable use of AI, data handling, and client confidentiality.
If you don't have an AI policy, your team will invent one. Individually. In their heads. And then you'll have vibes-based compliance.
Okay, now a practical way to compare the tools for SMB buyers. Let's do the 3 buckets method. A, one general assistant for everyone. B, one suite native assistant if you're all in on Microsoft or Google. And C, one research tool for the people who do research all day.
So you don't need 5 assistants per person. You need 1 default plus 2 specialists for specific roles.
Bucket A, default assistant. If you're picking one tool for the entire company, you want good writing, strong reasoning, file support, and team controls. Claude Team's pricing page highlights central billing and administration, SSO, domain verification, and a no model training on your content by default posture.
And also, it's the assistant that can handle random business tasks, like turn this messy vendor proposal into a table and give me negotiation bullets.
Bucket B, suite native assistant. If you're already paying for Microsoft 365 and your team lives in Outlook, Excel, and Teams, the add-on might be Microsoft 365 Copilot Business at that listed $18 per user per month paid yearly. The bet is in-context drafting, plus quick summaries, plus spreadsheet help. But it's only worth it if people actually use it inside the suite.
If your team does everything in Slack and Notion and never opens PowerPoint, Copilot won't fix that.
For Google Workspace companies, the AI inside the suite story looks like plan selection. The Workspace pricing page explicitly lists Gemini AI Assistant in Gmail even on Starter, and broader Gemini in Docs, Sheets, Meet, and more on Standard and Plus.
So your conversation becomes, are we a starter business? Or do we get enough value from Standard to justify $14 per user per month? And if your team lives in Sheets and Docs all day, the AI features can be a meaningful lift.
Bucket C, Research Tool. Perplexity Pro is positioned around the same price point as individual premium assistants, roughly $20 per month. But the value proposition is faster research with citations and live web context. That's best for marketing, strategy, analysts, and founders.
It's the difference between make this sound good and help me know what's true, which is also useful for making things sound good.
Now let's talk about the biggest SMB trap, buying tools before you have use cases. Here are 4 anti-patterns.
Anti-pattern 1, buying AI for innovation, but not changing any workflow. People try it for a week, it's fun, then it dies.
Anti-pattern 2, buying AI for everyone, but not training them on a small set of approved workflows. You end up with inconsistent outputs, and leadership decides AI doesn't work, when the real issue is we didn't operationalize it.
Anti-pattern 3, using AI as a final answer machine instead of a first draft machine. The best ROI is when AI produces version 1 and humans edit version 2.
An anti-pattern 4, not setting boundaries on sensitive data. Even when a vendor says, we don't train on your content, you still need policies. What can be pasted, what must stay internal, and where customer data can live. If you're not sure, treat it like email. Assume anything you paste could be forwarded. Then work backwards with guardrails.
Let's do a quick pilot plan for an SMB with, say, 25 people. Week 1, pick one default assistant and run a pilot with 5 users, one from sales, ops, finance, customer support, and leadership. Define 3 workflows each. That's 15 workflows.
And give them a scorecard. Time saved, quality, and confidence. If they can't measure time saved, it becomes vibes again.
Week 2, build a shared prompt library, not a 60-page tome. 10 prompts, the 10 most common tasks. Add before and after examples.
Week 3, add Suite native AI only if it reduces friction. If your pilot users are doing most work in Microsoft 365, trial Copilot for them. If you're in Google Workspace, confirm which plan tier unlocks what your team needs.
Week 4, roll out to the broader team, but keep the scope tight. These are the approved workflows. These are the data boundaries. This is how we review outputs.
And schedule 1 AI office hour session per week for a month. People need a place to ask, is it okay if I paste this without feeling dumb? Now, how do you decide between Claude Team and a Suite native assistant as your default? Use this rule. If your work is mostly document production inside one suite, Suite native wins on friction. If your work is cross-app, messy, and creative, a general assistant often wins on flexibility.
And honestly, a lot of SMBs end up with both, but not for everyone. The CFO doesn't need 4 AI subscriptions. The marketing lead might.
Okay, lightning round. What we'd buy for 3 SMB scenarios. Scenario 1, a 15-person professional services firm on Google Workspace. Buy Workspace Standard or Plus, depending on storage and compliance needs, plus a general assistant for the team leads, plus Perplexity for the research-heavy roles.
Scenario 2, a 40-person operations-heavy business on Microsoft 365, like a construction services firm. Buy Microsoft 365 Copilot for the people who live in Outlook, Excel, and Teams, plus one general assistant for SOPs and messy documents.
Scenario 3, a 25-person e-commerce brand with a lot of marketing and vendor coordination across tools. Buy a general assistant as the default, plus Perplexity for research and competitive analysis, and only add Suite native AI if it's truly used.
Because we paid for it is not the same as we used it.
Let's close with a simple checklist you can use today. 1. List your top 5 processes that consume time: sales follow-up, support responses, invoice processing, hiring, reporting. 2. Pick one process and pilot an AI workflow for it. 3. Measure the time saved. 4. Decide whether the tool's monthly cost is less than the value of the time saved. And 5. Write the policy. Not a scary one, a practical one. Here's what you can paste. Here's what you can't. Here's how you label AI-assisted work. That's it for today's tool review. If you want a tailored recommendation like which tools for my industry and my stack, go to ai.advalorem.io for reports or book a free consult at tidycow.com/advalorem/AI guy.
And next Monday, we're back with an industry deep dive. I'm Alex. This show was fully AI produced. Please don't give the AI your corporate card.
See you next time.